Hey, my name is Cary Weston and I am your host of Practical Marketing Show. Find me online, practicalmarketingshow.com. Today I want to talk about communication, and we know that people do not speak, understand, listen, comprehend, process information the same way. Yet, oftentimes when we create marketing materials, we create a one-size-fits-all model and hope that someone finds what they're looking for in it. In fact, most of the time, what I see is that the materials that we're putting together really don't take much into consideration of the person reading it. It's more of, here's what I want to tell you. I hope it works. Well, the truth is there are multiple ways in which people process information, and we need to take that into consideration. I broke it down into two groups that I think can help. One is called summary seekers, and the other is detail divers. Now, you may be one or the other. You may have some principles that overlap, but let's take a look at them, okay? So number one, summary seekers. Now, these are like me. These are executive summaries. These are headlines and bullets. These are, I just want you to skim. Just get to it. I don't want to know how the hot dog is made. I just want to taste the hot dog, right? So for these folks, we use general terms. We use bullets, skimmable. Maybe even formatting comes into play so I can skim the sheet, right? Think of this as a 2-page exercise. The front is for the summary seekers. Big headlines, big concepts, right? Get to the features and benefits quickly that matter to them. Bullet points, skimmable, call to action, okay? The detailed divers would be on the other side of that document. Now, the detailed divers, these are the folks that do want to know how the hot dog is made. They want to know all the specs. They want to know all the details, right? You may know folks like this. You may be someone like this. I am not. However, we need to be respectful of those folks as we create materials, right? Because oftentimes the summary seekers rely on detail divers to find those things that they didn't see, that they don't have time, patience, interest, right, in reading and finding out for themselves. Summary seekers, headline, big picture bullets. Detail divers, let's get in the weeds. Let's figure out how this thing is made. Let's figure out the specs, all the bells and whistles, all the information, right? Because that's the way they process information. Now, there is a third, and the third is not so much the way in someone communicates or needs the information to be delivered, but it's their role in the process. And we call those hunter-gatherers. Now, a hunter-gatherer is somebody that is in charge of or has been asked to go and find a company, perhaps like yours, to solve a problem. Could be an RFP, could be a bidding process. It could be just exploring for the first time. But this person's job is not to be the decision maker. It's not to be the one that communicates with you or your sales rep, right? They are just a liaison of finding folks that should be talked to or considered. Okay, now why is that important? Well, we want to talk to the decision maker as much as possible. The quicker we can get to talking to the decision maker, the more our time, right, is more valuable and more useful because we skip the middleman. Well, in reality, that middle person is oftentimes the person that we're talking to. And our job is to make their job easy and to make them look good. So how do we do that? Well, we take into consideration that we do not know if the person that they are reporting back to is a summary seeker or a detail diver. So we are ready for both, okay? So the hunter-gatherer is a very important person in the process of the leads and talking to potential customers. And it's our job to make them look good and make their job easy. And we do that by understanding summary seekers and detail divers. So what does this mean? Let's wrap this all up. It means that the features and benefits, the product specs, the frequently asked questions, all of the things that would go into a typical sales process, right? A typical sales conversation should be thought of as a two-headed coin here, right? It should be summary seekers, you get what you need quick. Let's figure out the big picture, the bullets, and then if you want to dive deeper, it's there for you, okay? These could be PDFs on the website. These could be FAQs on the website. These could be documents that are ready to email at a moment's notice. These could be blog articles that you have in your learning center or in your resource center for your website. And I have seen two things happen. I have seen literally that PDF, summary seeker on the front, detail diver on the back. I've seen blog posts, which has the executive summary, the skimmable executive summary at the beginning. So here you go. Here's the highlights. And if you want to read more, here's all the information. Whatever you choose to format, it's important that you take into consideration those communication types, because you never know if you're talking to the detail diver or the summary seeker or to a middle person, right? Like the hunter-gatherer. The more that you are prepared to serve no matter who's coming, and the more that you understand how they need information to make it easy for them to understand what you do, who you do it for, what your value is, the more likely you're going to get the opportunity to have another conversation, that important conversation, which is where you earn trust, right? And potentially earn the sale. Summary seekers, detail divers, hunter-gatherers. Three very important, let's just say, communication roles in our sales and prospecting. The more that you understand them, respect them, and write for them, the better off you're going to be when the time comes to potentially work with them. So there you go. Practicalmarketingshow.com is where you'll find this and other episodes. You'll also find contact information for me, as well as a list of services and the ways that I work, perhaps with companies like yours. My goal is to help you get more out of the time, money, and resources you put into marketing your business. And we do that by being practical and tactical, understanding the goal, right? And never losing focus of the basics. Okay, so thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Until next time, be good. Talk soon.